I got a little present for you. Poem I wrote last year. Force breaks, persuasion motivates. Aches from the breaks, the bites from the snakes, create the hate that makes what we take from the fakes. And learn to never make the same mistakes. Every occasion can have a unique equation. Any invasion that causes abrasion leads to future evasion. Can lack of persuasion do not tempt my misery? History shows that it is no mystery. The hate from force creates our destiny. When the agony is created, your misery increase with age, I say to you. It is true that everything that comes close to you creates a brew that is like a glue of what you knew. A new debut will not erase the hate of the past. Just know who and how to construe. Then perhaps things will turn the right way for you. I based this poem that I wrote on my experience, my thoughts, dating back when I was 16 when people said, you have to do this, you have to do something. Well, the key word is when anybody tells me I have to do something, automatically, you know, no, I don't do it. Or I just kind of sit there and say, whatever, fuck off, you know. Kind of like when you tell a kid, you get the exact opposite of reaction when you try to tell a kid you have to do this or goes, I mean, especially if there's no logical reason. If there's no logical reason to tell somebody, persuasion using logic, just flat out saying you got to do this, it's like, well, obviously you're going to get the exact negative reaction. Persuasion motivates, force breaks, and that's the way I am. Now, every time since I was 16, getting told don't matter, I own Merrill Lynch, doesn't matter, doesn't mean you get a paycheck, doesn't mean a goddamn thing. See, that created anarchy in my brain. See, my brain's based on logic, and that's not logical. It goes against logic. It creates chaos and anarchy in my brain, and everything I do since age 16 has been complete chaos and anarchy because of this lack of respect of ownership, because I'm here to be richer than everybody's ever was combined. So I got my degrees with this precedent that ownership don't matter. That precedent made a lot of things not meaningless, and I didn't study them to get straight A's because it's meaningless based on precedence. And of course, no different than everybody else. You got straight A's. That also, to differentiate yourself with straight A's, you know, I always say straight A's and what from where and what else were you doing at the time where you're getting these straight A's and how much fraud was involved because I know there was plenty of fraud when I went to school. Fraud, corruption, bullshit taught based on precedence. You know, really, the whole thing was bullshit start when I was 16. So, I mean, people who don't say the things I say or completely ignore them or act like, I'm, crazy or whatever, they don't live in the real world. And none of them are billionaires, 'cause I don't know any billionaires. If I personally know a billionaire, I don't know it. I guess I know a few people who might be millionaires. But, I don't really know anybody personally who's a billionaire, makes 5 billion a year, 2 billion a year, 1 billion a year. And if I do know somebody like that, I don't know they do it. So really, what kind of person are you? Do you make $5 billion a year? Do you aspire to make 5 billion a year? Have you ever tried to do what it takes to make 5 billion a year? What you think it takes to make 5 billion a year? Have you ever tried? Are you from Kansas? I mean, if you're from Kansas and you've ever tried to become a real estate broker, well, I mean, the rule book says 2 years experience. Well, everybody I worked at companies sabotaged me so I wouldn't get my 2 years in with my master's in engineering degree to get the license. So I lost my real estate salesperson's license, was not given a broker's license. And I did all that stuff after I was thrown in jail at the stockbroker office at Merrill Lynch Smith Barney said I'm trespassing. Really I was trespassing when I went to question them and ask them who the fuck they were, telling me whatever they were telling me, they're bullshit. And then they start throwing me in jail because they can dish it out. They can't take it. Some people say they don't have to take it because it's their place. Well, everybody who gets a paycheck in there is employed there, works there. Somebody had to hire them because none of them started it. Because the people who started Smith Barney and Merrill Lynch, Payne Weber, I think those people are long dead. So everybody who works there in this year walked in there somehow and got hired by somebody, or walked in and did something to do whatever they're doing to get money. Because and the fact that I can't start my own company is another reason to bullshit anarchy and complete bullshit. If they don't even let me start my own company and all these testing licensing place bullshit, you got to work for one of these companies as sort of an apprentice or a trainee or whatever before you can even try to. So it's all bullshit, and I need $50 billion right now, punks. I need $50 billion, and these people all need to spend the rest of their lives in solitary maximum lockdown because this 48-year-old man with all this perfect hair that's hardly any gray was put on here to live lifestyles of the rich and famous in such a manner it's never been done before. And right now, my lifestyle, it's not bad, but it's not luxurious. It's not I snap my fingers and do whatever I want whenever I want. It's not Robin Leach lifestyles rich and famous. It's Olathe, Kansas in a $200,000 townhouse, which ain't bad. It's better than a lot of people, a lot of places I've been. But it's not the upper echelon of lifestyles, of the top 0.01% of lifestyles, which is what I was put here to do. That's the kind of person I am. And that's the way it's always been.